Welcome back, my beautiful crafty friends, for part 2 of this elegant handbag ensemble. So today I am going to make the display box that goes with this bag that I absolutely love, just as much as I love the first one, the pink one. So let us get started with the box. And again, I'm going to use this watercolor floral by Prima that I got in my design team package. And of course, I'm going to use the same floral. Let me show you the whole page. This is what I had left over from one page. This is what I had left over after I made the bag. So isn't that beautiful? Oh my gosh, that is so pretty. So I'm going to be using that to cover the outside of the box. And again, I'm going to be using the same colors of cardstock. So this is what I'm going to need for the box. I need a 12 by 8 1/4 for the box. This is going to make most of the box. And then I need 2 pieces that are 3 3/8 by 5. And then my acetate piece for the front is going to be 5 1/2 by 8 1/4. And then I'm going to be using silver to outline the front of the box. So let me move this out of the way. And I need to score this on the long side, which is the 12-inch side. Okay, the 12-inch side, I'm going to score at 1/2 inch. Three 3.5, eight 1/2, and 11 1/2. And I'm going to flip it to the shorter 8 1/4 inch side, so 8 1/4. And here I'm going to score it at 1/2 inch. On 2 sides. So I'm going to just flip it over and do the other 1/2 inch on the other side. And that is all the scoring I need to do on the 12 by 8 1/4. Now on the smaller pieces, I need to score these on the short side. This one is the 3 3/8 inch side. So I'm going to score this one at 1/2 inch right here. And that's all I need to do for the 2 smaller ones. And then my acetate, I have to score, this is going to be a little hard to see, but I have to score my acetate 1/2 inch on 3 sides. Okay, so I'm going to do 1/2 inch on 3 sides. And the acetate is, like I said, 5 1/2 by 8 1/4. Now, when I made the first box, it was just a little bit large. So I don't feel like I got a real good square on the front. So what I'm going to do is score it instead of 1/2 inch. I'm going to try this with you guys. Instead of 1/2 inch, on the first 1/2 inch, I'm going to do 5/8 of an inch. Okay. If it doesn't work, we're going to go back and we are going to do an adjustment. Okay, and then I'm going to flip it and I'm going to do the same. I'm going to do 5/8 of an inch because, believe it or not, acetate adds quite a bit of bulk. You know, it doesn't fold flat like paper does, so it adds quite a bit of bulk. And then on the last half inch, I'm going to do the actual 1/2 inch. I'm not going to do the 5/8 of an inch. So I'm going to go with 1/2 inch. And we'll see if this is going to work. Can't see, guys. Okay. There is our acetate. And that's all the scoring we need to do. So I'm going to set the 3 smaller pieces aside. And I am going to work on the 12 by 8 1/4. I'm going to burnish all my score lines. Okay, guys. This is the way the box is going to go. This is my bottom, this is my back, and this is my lid. So I need this piece right here. So what I'm going to do with that, I'm going to cut this straight up right on that score line. You need to cut this off right on that score line, guys. Don't go too far to the left of the score line because it'll leave a gap, and I think I went too far. So I'm going to cut this off. And I'm going to cut this at a small angle here. And I'm going to cut this one at a small angle as well. And that is my lid. That's my lid for the box. Now these are tabs, so we need to release those tabs. Again, I'm going to fold and cut. And then I'm going to cut this side. Those become my tabs this way, and I have to release the ones on the side. So the ones on the side, I'm going to cut straight out. I'm going to cut just in the center, on the center of that score line. And right here, I'm just going to cut. I don't remember if I angled this one on my first one because it was one of those learn as you go projects. So we can always cut that off later if we have to. I mean, we can always angle it later. Okay. So there is that. Now I am going to go ahead and fold my acetate right on the score marks. My bumpy side is to the back. So I'm going to carefully fold those score lines and take your time with this, guys, because you don't want to fold it wrong. All right, I have folded my acetate and I went ahead and added double-sided tape to the end that's going to go to the inside of the box. It's going to attach to the inside. So right here, I'm going to miter these, but I am going to just very slightly miter as flat as possible. It's hard to see that corner. Okay, so that is all I need to do to my acetate. So there's my acetate piece. I am going to bring back my box and I'm going to attach my sides to this. So I didn't burnish these. These sides, since I have a tab right there, I need one on the front. So I am going to attach this. And again, my tabs are going to go on the inside. I am going to attach it this way, and I have this on this side. I'm not going to miter these just yet because I don't, like I said, I don't remember if I did or not in the original one. So let me attach that. I have attached the sides to the box, and you want to make sure that this goes all the way across nice and even, really even. That's going to make a difference on your box. So we're finished with that part. So I need to attach this flap right here, the bottom flap, to the inside of this score line, just above the score line this way. This becomes part of your front. So you want to go just above the score line. You do not want to get this acetate on the score line because then it will not close properly. Put a little bit of glue on there. And let me try to place this right above the score line, guys. Right above the score line, centering it from side to side. Okay, now I need to attach the side to this. So the first thing I'm going to do is I also need to attach this flap to the bottom. So I believe I need to miter this one. So I am going to go ahead and miter this one as well as the one on the other side. I couldn't remember, I'm sorry guys. So I'm going to attach this to the side, to the bottom here. I'm going to do that one first. To the bottom. Okay, I've attached the bottom here, so I'm going to do the same for the other one. Guys, I went ahead and mitered these corners because I don't, like I said, I would rather do it later than before. So I went ahead and mitered the corners. So that is something you can do if you're going to make this box. So this is going to go this way. I'm going to go ahead and put glue on this bottom tab. Okay, we've glued the bottom. Now we need to glue the sides to the back side of this flap right here. So this is going to go this way right here. So this goes on the inside right here. Now let me do the other side. Go. Now these are going to fold in, and here we go. So I am going to go ahead, I didn't do it on the first one. I'm going to miter this because I'm going to cover the front anyway. So I'm going to miter this to reduce a little bit of that bulk. I'll miter the other side as well. There we go. I'm going to get a silver piece of cardstock and cover this so that mitering isn't as, it's not as bulky. So if you want to go ahead and miter your corners, I'm going to miter these as well because they're going to be covered. Okay, now I am going to place acetate on these, and I should have done it before, but I'm going to put, not acetate, I'm going to do some double-sided tape on those. And our top should be fairly even, guys. Okay, all we need to do is glue the last one. Okay, we have our acetate glued to the front of the box. So the next thing I'm going to do is put the magnets on there. So I am going to use 4 magnets. I'm going to glue down the positive side first onto my flap. Okay, so probably about, I don't know, an inch in. It's a small flap, guys, so about an inch. And I'm going to do the next one. Again, about an inch in. Okay, now I'm going to remove the backing from the negative. I'm going to close it. And fiddle with it until they stick. Good, there we go. There we go. Okay, now I can push these down, make sure they stick well. And I realize they're right up to the edge, but my flap here is pretty small. Okay. There we go. Now what I'm going to do is add, okay, so I cut a strip of 7 1/4 by 1 inch wide. I scored it in the middle. I put tape on both sides. I'm going to test it and see if it's going to fit. I did not miter the back, guys. So that's gonna fit okay. So I'm gonna remove the backing on the tape, put some glue on there, and attach that to that top. Makes it sturdier, and it hides those magnets. Okay. Okay, still closes good. All right, Nick, we are ready to line our box from the inside, put pattern paper on the outside, and call it a day. So let me tell you how I made this on the scoreboard. So I cut a piece of silver matte finish paper, or whatever paper is going to match your box. I cut it at 7 1/4 by 5, and I put it in my scoreboard. And then this is my 1/2 inch mark right here. I wanted a 1/2 inch border, so I put that right there on that 1/2 inch. And then my 1/2 inch right here, I just brought my blade up to that 1/2 inch right there and cut, and then went all the way around to get a solid border versus the mitered corners. So I'm going to bring this back in. I am going to do a dry fit, see how I like that, and that's fine. Okay, I'm going to glue that down. Okay, there we go, guys. I have glued my silver frame down. I am going to cut the pattern paper that goes all the way around the box. Okay, I have finished the box. I did use the silver on the front, and I used the pattern paper all the way around. Isn't that just gorgeous? Oh my gosh, I love that. And on the inside, guys, what I did for the inside was I went ahead and lined the sides and the bottom, just to, you know, hide the tabs that we use to glue the box together. And that's all I'm going to do to this, guys. Yeah, let's see what it looks like with the bag in it. Oh, I just love this. So there's the bag, and there we go. Oh my goodness, that is so pretty, guys. I just simply love it. It is so pretty. I'm just so happy with how it turned out, and I love the fact that this one is more shabby and this one is more, you know, modern day, but they're both elegant. I got an elegant look out of both of them. At least I think it looks very classy. Maybe I should say, use the word classy. I think each of them have a very classy, distinct look. All right, guys, I appreciate you watching. I told you this video was going to be a lot shorter. So I appreciate you watching, and have a great day, guys.